So now we've had a look at what's in the kit, we're going to put together our first cards. So I'm going to go with this one here, number 1, and it shows you exactly what you're going to need for this. So we need the card base, we need the cutout with the candles, we need the block of candles, we're going to want our sticky strips and dots, and we're going to want the long white banner, so that's on this. We're going to want a short blue banner, and we're going to want a long navy banner. So those are those elements. I can move the rest of these out of the way. And we're also going to want the hip hip hooray stamp and today's your day. So I'm going to take those off of there and hip hip hooray. Now, I do always recommend with photopolymer stamps, if you've not used them before, it's a good idea to just run over them with an eraser, if you've got one, and I can't find mine, so I actually think I'm going to, manage as I am, we'll see how well this works. And it also shows you, so we've got the hip hip hooray, today's your day, and you want your block and your ink spot. We're also going to need these actually, but so that's what we need. And then here are the instructions for putting it together. First thing I want to do though is just open this ink spot. I prefer to leave the paper in place and just run my scissors over to be able to lift that off like that. So let's have a look at this. It's showing us, you can see little dots in the corners, and what that's meaning, let's just fold to this. What that's meaning is we're going to use these little blue dots on the back of this piece here. So we're going to pop those off and just stick them on the back of here like this. And then, oops, I've got the glue dot and pulled the backing off. You've got a few extra in if that happens. I've got to take a pick tool, which I prefer to use, but I'm just going to go with just the kit to be able to show you you don't need extra tools. And that's the same thing. I've managed to peel off the dot there. There we are. So then we take off these little backings. They're tiny little things. And if I just brush those to one side, you might just be able to make out the dots on those corners. If you wanted to put an extra 1 or 2 on, you could, but you need to make sure that you've got enough for other projects after. So we're going to just stick that on like that. And then it shows you we're going to use these strips. I've got a few cut away from here that I've been using. Let's move that out of the way. So we're going to use these strips, and you want to use them on the back. This is the front because you've got the yellow little flames here. So we want to turn this over, and you can see how it's showing you how to put these strips on. So we want one along the top like that. We want one down the side and you'll need to go right up to the edge because otherwise it will show through that last candle. So right up to the edge there. Same on this other side. Right up to the edge again. Like that. And then one along the base as well. So like that. And then we're going to peel these ones off like that. And turn that over, and I recommend just standing up to pop this over because you just want to make sure that all of your candles are lined up and that you're lined up with that other rectangle that you've already put on. So there we are, that's what we've got there. So that's step 1 and 2. Now we're on to step 3, where it's showing that we put the Hip Hooray diagonally across our block. That's how it's going to fit on. Now I always recommend lay it down like that and then press your block to it and pick it up that way. That way, if you were to just try and put it on, you might not get it straight. By laying it down, it lets it straighten itself and then you can pick it up. Then we're going to use our ink spot to ink this up, and we're going to stamp the Hip Hooray onto the white banner. So just use our ink spot and ink along it like that, and then I'm going to stand up over the top and press that down like that. So that's the Hip Hooray, and I'm going to peel that off. You want to clean your stamp. I'm going to clean that after. We've obviously not got any cleaner in the kit, so it's water-based ink, so if you need to, you can just clean it under a tap, or you can use some sort of baby wipe. So I'm now picking up Today's Your Day. This is the next bit, and we're going to put this onto the small blue banner here. So same thing, take our ink spot, I do lots of light tapping, and there was actually a thread of cotton there. So if you see a little thread like that, exactly like that, just take that off because it will spoil the stamping. It's why most of our ink pads now are the foam. The ink spots are still the cotton, but that's what can happen when you're using cotton. So I'm going to stamp that now onto there. There's a good chance that it's going to stick like that. Don't worry about it. Just try not to smudge it. Try not to push it off. Try to just peel it off so that it doesn't smudge the ink. And that's what we've got there. And now this shows us we want glue dots on the back of the largest one, which is going to be this navy one. So we want those. There, I'll put my little glue dots. Okay, I'll put those down somewhere. Here we are. So we want 3 glue dots on here. Like that. We're going to want 2 glue dots on this smallest one. And done that again, stuck to me rather than stuck to the paper. same again. It sticks to your fingers so much better. And then we're going to use a strip on the back of the medium one, which happens to be this one here. So peel another one of these off and pop that down like that. And then we're going to layer these up. So I'll peel the backings off each of these. And we're going to pop that down around nice and even, around about there. Then peel off the backing of the Hip Hip Hooray. And we're going to just layer that up over the navy. And okay, go with that. Not quite straight, but never mind. And then these were actually, oops, I was actually supposed to put the glue dots actually at the top, which I'd not noted. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to just change it around and pop them there like that. And then finally, you can see we've got these, and you might find it easier to just get a pointed pair of scissors to slide under, and these little gold dots are going to go in your candle centres, candle flame centres. So if you've got something reasonably sharp, being careful that you don't stab yourself. This is why the Take a Pick tool is a good option, but there we go. And there we have our card. And of course you've still got the rest of your stamps to be able to choose what you stamp on the inside. But that is our first card, and now we'll just tidy our desk up and do the second card.